Hey, 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 Rise and Thrivers. It is a brand new month. It is Monday, November 4th. It is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are at a whole new month, a whole new theme. If you're able to check that out, Raquel, my favorite co host and dear friend, has put that up there for you. But before we start discussing it, we want to say hello. Welcome to November. And tell you a little bit about Rise and Thrive because we are Rise and Thrive together, a vibrant community committed to educating, empowering, and equipping you to get the results you want through real talk, real actions, and real results. If you are following us, we have our Facebook page, we have our YouTube channel, Rise and Thrive Together. We have our private community, Rise and Thrive Together community, where you can request to be part of that, where you can get some other fun insights and other things that we're up to as we collaborate and support one another. And also, we do some amazing challenges. And you can follow Raquel and I on our personal Facebook pages and so many other places. So, with that being said, I was not on last week, and sis, I feel like it's been like a month. So, hi, welcome. Here we are. Nice to see you. How are you doing?
I'm good. I looked at myself and I was just like a head. I had no neck, no shoulders, no nothing.
Or
So
knees
I
and
had to
toes. I'm
make an
thinking
adjustment.
head, shoulders, knees and toes.
Yeah, I was just head, no, nothing else. Um, but I'm good. I'm good. What's going on in your world?
Well, for those people who have not seen me last week, we have a really kind of special conversation about know your assignment. And inside of my assignment in the world, circumstances have happened. So I am currently in my girlfriend Jocelyn's bedroom. A very dear friend of ours recently passed away on Friday, and many people have flown in from all over New York and Connecticut. And so we're at her house doing a impromptu celebration of life because tomorrow his funeral. And yeah, so that's where I am, and I'm grateful to be here with you. Because guys, Raquel and I are very committed to this show, and we are also about taking care of ourselves. And I'm at a space where she's provided amazing, amazing support. Same with all the community that I'm part of and the people in my lives personally and professionally. So I'm able to show up today for a little while and be in this conversation because I feel it's really important and perfectly divinely, starting. So that's what's happening here, and I just appreciate you, sis, for of course doing what you do masterfully, which is having an amazing show last week, and being able to I guess be your guest today. Like I want to be your guest today.
Okay, so as my guest, we are starting November. I am a little worn out today. It's been a long day. Energy's a little low, and I'm okay. I'm going with it. Actually, kind of tired, but all good nonetheless. Um, I think we've got a great topic for November, and it stems from it's a part of purpose, but we're not going to be focusing on purpose. We're focusing on our assignment because some people just don't know what their assignment is, and some people don't know their purpose. But this month, we're going to be talking about assignment.
So when
And
you say
in that
assignment, what does that
conversation,
mean?
yeah, in that conversation, we mentioned the word purpose. And I think we've talked about purpose in a previous show. And I know I'm tired. I'm saying a whole lot. I just heard myself say it twice. Don't worry, I'm catching myself. But as we go on to understand assignment, I know you like definitions. So, do you have a definition of assignment and what that means?
I don't have particularly a definition, but this is what I'm having fun with AI, guys. So however you feel about AI, we had a great conversation with Joey Lewis not last month, but here's what I got from how I put it in because I asked, AI like, hey, there's a phrase called know your assignment, and I wanted to know it from a personal growth and development standpoint, right? Because we're here to empower and educate. And yes, we talk about business, but I really felt this is a lot's going on personally for people. And so it came up with like, know your assignment is a powerful tool for personal growth and development. It encourages us to understand our life's purpose, values, and goals. So by clearly defining our assignment, we can align our actions with our aspirations and make intentional choices. This self awareness empowers us to overcome obstacles, embrace challenges, and cultivate a fulfilling life. And if that seems all fancy to everybody, and like, okay, that's really fancy, Regina, you know, give me something to sink your teeth into. I asked it to come up with some questions, right? Like in your where you are right now in life personally, wherever you are in your personal journey, professional journey, it's the same thing because you're you. Consider some of these questions. And some of them are like, what I really liked a lot is, what are my core values and what kind of person do I want to become? What are some of my strengths and weaknesses? And how can you know I leverage that to support me in what matters to me in my life? And it talks about like, how do I, what are my habits and routines that support me in my own personal growth and well-being? Because I think a lot of people, Raquel, you and I, speak a lot. We do a lot of personal growth and development. That's just, what we're committed to. It's who we are. And many people who I kind of like talk to and, hey, please, viewers, right in there. We might throw out this word assignment and, like purpose. And I often hear, I just spent the weekend on Sunday in another personal growth and development with the famous, Les Brown. I mean, like, how can you ask for anything, right? More than that, big motivational speaker. And it was all about that. Like, what's your purpose? And so many people in the audience just raised their hand. They're like, that's why I'm here, because I don't know. And that's really where it started, that bottom line of like, okay, let's look about like, what are some of your core values? People didn't even know their core values, right? And there's nothing wrong
Mm.
with that. So how do we really know our assignment? How do we know what our purpose is if we ourselves are not exploring and looking at, what matters to us? And what are those values that go along with that? We've talked about this a lot throughout the almost, over year and a half that we've been on the show, but here we are again because I think it's always important. Somehow or another, we get sort of like, I don't know, stuck in what we think people think we should be, what we think, we even think we are right at this moment. And my life sort of shifted based on this last, right, situation and circumstance that came. And it has helped me explore a little bit more of like, what really is my purpose, right? Like, really, who am I and what do I really value? So that's, what I'm going to put there out there to, the viewers. If you're hearing anything, this is what we're exploring and looking at. And I just love it. Raquel picked this and I said yes, because I want to continue to deepen that. And I love the way she discusses this conversation and brings it out. So sis, I'm going to have you take over from there.
Well, I'm curious if about what Les Brown said as far as purpose.
Well, I mean, that was the whole thing. He didn't give a definition, right? He really was like sharing about how your purpose can continue to evolve when you're evolving. But if you don't know what your quote unquote purpose is, he says, hit your why. That's the work you need to do. So like he had somebody raise, their hand. It's like, why are you here? And they're like, very young man was like, I graduated. I've got this job. I'm not thrilled about what I'm doing. I feel lost. And he's like, and all I hear about is know your why, know your purpose. And he's like, I don't even know why I'm here. Like, not here at the place. He's like, but I don't know why I'm here. Like, I know there's something more I need to do than just working at so and so place. And it was just like really that interesting question where he just pulled it back from the beginning, and he had him like say like, what are some of the things that really matter to you? What matters to you in your life? Like, and he brought him back to when he was little, because he shared his story, right? And like, and the kid was just like going through these spaces and going through these things and getting very, very emotional about it. And he's like, that might not be your purpose, but that's a beginning. He's like, he's like, there are lots of courses around that, but he was really there for, just kind of sharing his story. But he wanted people to say, like, if you have not, and you still are in that space of, you don't know why you're here, what you should be doing, it's always going to evolve and grow. Please. He's like, I've got courses. There are tons of courses out there. Let's, start looking, but start looking into yourself. Like, what really matters to you? What do you really care about? And you can still do that while you're working at McDonald's, right? Like, you can be working at McDonald's, because he just felt like it was at his job, right? He was just at his job. He feels like, you know, oh, it's horrible there. And the first thing he stopped him and said was, and I thought of you, sis. I wrote down stinking thinking, because he didn't say that statement. But he said, everything that you think in your mind and everything that you come out of your mouth is kind of like creating the scenario of why you're confused and you don't know. So he's like, the first thing is to notice what is going on in your head. So if you're going to stay with the, I don't know, I'm confused, all of that, then that's how your world is going. So just kind of, and find somebody. And he definitely said not just a somebody, he said a community, and definitely people that have, are committed to this type of work, and do that work, because he's like, you're just, everything that's coming out of your mouth right now is, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. And he's like, nothing. He's like, that's the first thing, is what I see in your awareness. So when he started walking line by line with him, he started, being like, this is what he cares about. And this is what he cares about. And he's like, great. If you can do anything with that. And he just took it back to like, here it is. You're in this job for now, making this money. But if this is what you care about, you can be that type of human being every day in that job, every single day in that type of job, not just saying this job stinks, right? And I don't like it, and, I don't care about it, then that's how it's going to be. So it was really very like pulled all the way back from the beginning. He, he said, he was like, listen, I get $79,000 an hour, guys, 79,000. He's like, not here to brag, because I've taken this journey of my life and I've rewritten my story, and I've had tons of coaches, and this is what I believe in. And so I'm just here today on behalf of this woman, Miranda Walker, just to be able to say, you've got a voice, you've got a purpose. We need you more than ever. So it's time to do the work. And if you want to do the work, then come and see me and come and talk to me. And there's a lot of other people here. And it was just very kind of basic, because he was more like, I felt like if you were at college giving you that big rah-rah speech, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, and it's some people think they're too old to have a purpose any longer and to have and be on their assignment, because there is a difference in how you say it. We all have a purpose and we're all on our assignment. And age is simply a number. I know people have heard that and it's overused. However, it is really true. Even at 104, you have a purpose and you are on an assignment. It's about the recognition, though, and that's where most people seem to, it gets hazy for
Yeah.
them. And it, being on an assignment is not just about a job or roles or
Yep.
responsibility. It's recognizing your unique purpose and role in the world. So each and every single one of us has a unique a purpose that is just specific to Regina, Raquel, Bob, Pete, Sarah, Sally. I don't care what your name is. We all have our unique purpose and role in this world. An assignment is something that's personal. It's a calling, it's a mission that you have. And that assignment is rooted in your skills, your and the impact you are meant to make an impact.
Yep.
Some people make right. So some people make a bigger impact than
Right.
others. It's not the point. That's not what we're saying. At the end of the day, we are all here to make an impact. Now, I know I used to say that my purpose was to educate. I'm an educator is my purpose. Hmm. But since then, I've tweaked my purpose a little bit and I really took a deep look into that. And what I've found is that my purpose is to build. I'm a builder. That's my purpose. What do I build? I don't build buildings. You would not want me to build a building. I'm a builder of people. I'm a builder of empowering people. And one of my assignments that I've been on for a long time is to educate. I'm an educator. That's an assignment I've been on for a long time. That is something that I'm working on now. Let's see, can I transition this assignment? But here's the thing, I'm making an impact, and I'm making an impact in college students and helping to lead and guide them. It is not just a job, it's a skill, and we each have our unique skills. And it is about, how do you find out your skill? How do you find out your purpose? You have to spend time with yourself. You've got to look at, what is it that I do? What is it that I enjoy doing? And if you don't know, the best way to find out is to ask the people in your life. What is it that when you think of me comes to mind?
Yep.
They'll tell you, they'll help you. Sometimes people see our purpose before we see our purpose, but ask them. Because here's the thing, and I said it last time, I think we had Hal on the show, is your assignment changes. You move on to different assignments. And when you don't move to your next assignment, not only are you blocking yourself, but you're blocking the next person that's supposed to step into what you're doing. You're stopping them from fulfilling and meeting that.
I'm not sure if Raquel is frozen, so I'm going to just jump in here because on my end she's frozen. Um, but I think she is sharing that you're stopping them from stepping into elevating to what their purpose is and what they're meant to do to continue on. This is a conversation her and I have been talking about. And like I said, it's changing all the time. One of the most beautiful things that Les Brown was talking about was, you know, developing your relationships. So you have your family, you have your friends. Always important to continue to develop them and work on them. But he said, you've got to go past your family and your friends. You've got to expand that. What are the relationships that you want to develop? And one of the key things he said, when you want to know, like Raquel was saying, do you want to know who you are? Ask other people. It was one of my assignments, like a real assignment to do from, one of my amazing communities I'm in. There are coaches in there, mentors, leaders, and we're friends. And it was like, the question was, which I'll leave out to you guys, is who am I for you? See, I can answer that. Who am I? Who do I think I am for people? Right? If I say to myself, Regina, who are you for people? Some of the things that what I'm going to say is that I'm a good friend, I'm a good listener, I am someone that you can count on, someone who's reliable, someone that will provide you a straight, real, authentic answer. Um, but it was interesting when I asked people out there, who am I for you? So I'm going to ask that for some of you. Are you willing to take the assignment of posting on Facebook or texting 5 people or calling 5 people and saying, who am I for you? Little do you know what they may say. So anybody who's watching right now, Who are you for yourself? Write into the comments. Who are you for yourself? Who are you for others? And then here's the extra challenge, go and text three people. Now, you can play it safe, nothing wrong, right? Go and ask your family members, your best friends. But I went bold and big and threw it on Facebook and social media. And it was just amazing how people see me. Because what Les Brown also said was, don't be a go to person to people who can't go to, right? So don't be a go to person to people you can't go to. I thought that was huge. Now, I'm somebody who I'm a giver, man. I'm a giver. And I like, no boundaries, like in a sense of I do. Sometimes I don't have those boundaries. Sometimes I'm one of those people who, welcome back, Raquel. Um, where the boundaries are just like I'm constantly giving, 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 and there's not the receiving part. Now, who's there to like blame or fault about that? That's on me, right? Because I haven't shared what I need from you. So when we're looking at, who are you for people, like Raquel said before, go ask your friends, like, who am I for you? But I'm asking you guys to check in on yourself. Who are you for you? And who are you for others? Colleen goes, challenge accepted. Thank you, Colleen. All right, I'm going to take you to the next level, right? So give me three things, Colleen, that you are for yourself, three things that you are for others, and then go out there and come back to us and share what people said. Kathleen, yes, McGurk, right away took that challenge on, and she writes, hey, I am a friend, a confidant, and I'm a good listener to my friends. I will 100% agree for that. I have been blessed to have worked with Kathleen many years ago. um, you know who you are for me, Kathleen, for taking on that challenge? You are someone who is committed and reliable and absolutely a friend no matter how much time has gone by, because it's not about work. It's who she showed up to be as. She is someone who constantly is checking in with me, constantly someone who brings so much joy just asking how people are and have a great day. That's amazing. I love that, Kathleen. Thank you so much. So, yeah, listeners, she goes, me too. She's taking on that challenge. I love it. So, if you're taking it on right now and anything is coming back, please go ahead. Raquel was saying about assignment changing. I know who I am. I'm a connector. I love connecting people. I love, love, love connecting people. So, how did I go about in my assignment of connecting people? I don't know. Since I've been a kid, I'm just somebody who loves hanging out with people, bringing people together. I don't know, like since I was on the playground, that's just something I really, really, really enjoy to do. Yeah. Whoop. Raquel's back. Yay.
The devil is a liar.
Devil is a liar. So we've
Go
been
ahead.
just talking about what you were saying before, and I gave them a challenge, and people already have said yes. You said if you don't know who you are, right? Like if you're not really sure, go ask people. I said Les Brown said the same thing, right? Expand outside your friends and your family and go check in. So I gave them an assignment right away, like a quick challenge. And I said, why don't you take a moment, listeners, and ask who you are for yourself, who are you for others, and then go and ask three people. Call them up, text them now. Be bold, ask them on Facebook. So Colleen Dixon said, challenge accepted. And our good friend Kathleen Raquel wrote, I am a friend, I'm a confident, I'm a good listener to my friends. And I shared with her who she is for me because she knew who she was for herself. And I shared who she's been for me. And I would probably spoke on behalf of you because isn't she someone who constantly, like since we've left that agency over 13 years ago, is always checking in with people, always telling them to have a good day, always saying hi, always responding to posts. So I said she is a dedicated, committed friend, a committed, just human being. She's just a caring person. She really does care. She takes the time to do that. And Kathleen's saying hi to
Absolutely.
Raquel. So yeah, she wrote "Hey Rochelle," but I know she meant Raquel.
Hey,
Um,
Kathy.
yeah, so one of the things I also said, sis, was you know, as you're looking at who you are for yourself, for others, and having others people find out who you are for them, that helps you start looking at like, what's your assignment? Who are you? One of my favorite things I walked away with yesterday when Les Brown said, don't be a go-to person to people who can't go to. So don't be a go-to person to people you can't go to. And it took me 3 or 4 times to get that, where I was like, ooh, how much do I give to myself? Now I'm a very unconditional, sometimes like no boundaries. Raquel helps me with that. Ooh, Colleen's got hers coming up. And but like, really looking at, there's that give and take in that relationship. Colleen took the challenge. Go. For myself, I'm my own protector. I seek enlightenment and education in the human condition to involve myself. I am learning to love myself better and better. And to my friends, I am loyal, ever supporting, ever loving. And now I need to text 3 people. All right, Colleen, special, special stars for you.
So I,
100%.
I actually have a question, Colleen.
Good.
So here you say you're your own protector, you seek enlightenment and education in the human condition to evolve yourself, and you're learning to love yourself better and better. You're loyal to your friends, ever supporting and ever loving. How is it that you're ever loving to your friends and you're learning to love yourself better and better?
Woo, Colleen.
Like, how can
It's
you ever love your friends and you're learning to love you better and better?
She loves
Just
her friends
curious.
more than she loves herself, right?
I didn't say that. I was just asking a question, Colleen.
I'm saying
I'm
it.
just asking a
I
question.
can. She's
That
my
it
friend.
was kind of confusing just for me. Um, and I get you love yourself, right? Because you said you're learning to love yourself better and better. That means you love yourself, but you are ever loving to your friends, right? So you give yourself that same grace. Give yourself that same exact grace. Okay. The purpose here, we want you guys to look beyond titles and achievements and consider the deeper purpose behind what you're doing. There is a deeper purpose behind what you're doing. So, Colleen, what I'm hearing her purpose is protector. And her assignment now is to enlighten individuals,
Yes.
educate individuals. See, because when we're on our assignment, an assignment benefits others too, right? It's just not ourselves. Yeah, we're all a work in progress. Absolutely agree with you. But let's love ourselves because sometimes we love others more than we love us. Hmm.
Hmm.
Does that mean we put ourselves on the back burner all too often, where we need to take care of ourselves? Because if our purpose is to protect, we have to be taking care of ourselves in order to protect other people. Does that make sense?
Oh,
As a
yeah.
builder of people, of a builder of people and empowering them, that is my purpose. No question, hands down. But I have to build me to build them. I have to empower me to empower them. Of course, I get my empowerment from God because there are times I'm not feeling very empowered. And then He reminds me, He's like, you're my child. You have everything you need inside of you. Tap into it. And I'm like, I got you. I'm going to tap into it so I can go and be on my assignment. We are always on our assignment, even when we don't think we are.
Yep.
We make an impact. Even when we're not intentional, we're making an impact. Does that make
Love it.
sense to you, audience?
Yeah, I'm saying yes. And Colleen, you can write it in there. I'm going to ask you, sis, because audience, I got to leave and get back to the community. So I love the way you reframed Colleen and how you took what she said and then said, okay, yep, that's what I learned most these past 2 years to take care of me so I can take care of them. Awesome. So, Colleen, before I ask Raquel to kind of frame something for me, um, it was really clear what Raquel picked up on, right? I was able to tell you right away. We get mixed up, right? When we're like, I can take care of others and I can protect others while I'm still learning, in quotes, or trying, right? Because it's sort of a mix up, like it's sort of mixed up. It's just a reminder, right? I am learning to love myself and I'm learning to like love others, or I am loving myself, right? I am loving myself and growing every day to love myself more and more to like areas I didn't even know, right? And higher, because there is that sort of like a mix up. That's where it was confusing for Raquel. And definitely it happens to all of us. I think that's where all the kind of overwhelm, uncertainty, and all of those things happen when we are great with others, but not good with ourselves, right? I can hear my dad, butcher has no food at home, but is able to feed so many people, right? You got to have that balance. So thank you. So sis, before I rock out of here, because I'm going to go back to the family and friends that flew in, I'm interested in how you would frame this for me. As somebody who I am dedicated, to being a connector, right? Being a connector and a resource for people, and definitely for myself, right? And committed to have that through community building and community development. So that's kind of what I've been seeing, and especially these last few days, just realizing how simple it is for me to be able to connect people, um, and be able to provide resources through those connections, and just have them grow and they build into that, and the importance of community and the importance of partnerships, like Les Brown was saying, the collaborations, going, expanding outside our small community. So inside of saying all of that to you, because I kind of put that there and was wanted to bring that to you today, because hey guys, I learn and grow. It's not like, I'm not comparing myself to Raquel. I'm utilizing my community and the people in it to help me feel more grounded in that. So what do you hear, like you heard for Colleen, when you would say about my assignment and how that impact based on what I just said?
So what I get is your purpose is to connect people,
Right.
and you build community. Here's the thing though, we have to recognize when we need to shift our community,
Okay.
because when we are in community with sometimes the same people who are not growing, what that community can do for us is hold us back.
Yep.
So just like you are building community for others, you're going to now have to rebuild community for you. And it takes us looking at who we are, where we are, and are we still getting what empowers us and ignites us from our community? Are they pouring into us as we pour into them? Or is this relationship now shifted to one sided? And if it has shifted, it's absolutely okay. What is not absolutely okay is for you to continue to stay in a community because it's comfortable and familiar, and discount new people that could be your community that will pour something different into you. See, it
And
can't be
that,
pouring in the same stuff.
love it. And that's exactly what the statement, and thank you for doing that for me, because that is exactly like, I was like, oh, I can't wait to bring this to her, because it was like, don't be the go-to person to people you can't go to, right?
Exactly.
And that's been, guys, wrapping up pruning for me. I've been looking into the end of the summer season into this fall season of pruning. And again, like she said, not that I don't love people, that I don't care about people. They're not going anywhere, right? I'm just expanding and growing. If I cannot continue to expand and grow and be able to be of service and then also to be served as well, right? Some might be stagnant. That's all good. That's all good. Nothing wrong with that. Love them. But again, God's assignment for me, right? Connect, grow, be a resource. And I need to continue to connect, grow, and be a resource. So thank you, sis. I needed that articulation because, like her, we're both a little tired in different ways. And so
And
you know,
just one more thing. Let me throw this in before you run.
yeah, please.
Those that are stagnant and you still love them now from a distance.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay?
Boundaries,
And
people.
that's all it
I'm using
is.
the word. I know. No, that's why I love her. Like, she's not being pruned from my life because she elevates and grows me. It's why we call, I mean, seriously, guys, this is straight up real talk right now. This was not made up. We have not spoken to each other. It's been a hectic 2 weeks for her and for me. And I'm here raw and vulnerable. She's here raw and vulnerable. This was not rehearsed. It never is rehearsed. Sometimes we may talk about something beforehand. And here's the results. I feel so understood. I'm grounded in my purpose. I feel elevated. I can walk out of here and into everyone else. So I thank you, Raquel. That's why we have Rise and Thrive together. I love you, audience. I'm going to say goodnight to you until next week and continue with this
Excuse
brilliant
me.
woman. And I will see you guys all next week.
All right, sis.
Bye.
So just wrapping up this conversation on not wrapping up for good, just for tonight. Remember what it is that drives you. What are you passionate about? And some of us are passionate about a lot of things. What is it that keeps you motivated? What is it that keeps you going in those times when you just want to stop and you can fall back on your purpose? You can look at your assignment and what it is. Remember, your assignment changes as you grow and develop, and it's time for you to move on. You recognize it's time to move on, and it's like, thank you for that time that we had together, whatever that means, and whoever that you're referring to. But your assignment, again, is not just about jobs or roles or responsibilities. It's recognizing your unique purpose and role in the world. And I said it before and I'll say it again. Every single one of us has a purpose. We are all on our assignment to make an impact. Don't measure your impact by someone else's impact that they made, because then you're downplaying your skills, your abilities, what's for you, your new unique gifts, your unique skills. Don't ever do that. There is no comparison. Everybody has what's for them. Got it? So next week, we're going to continue this conversation on assignment. And we do have a guest coming on next week. And we will get to hear her story and how she is being on her assignment. Reg and I always we say this and it's so true. We really and truly do value and appreciate all of our listeners and our viewers and people who are in our community. We truly appreciate you. We want you to start appreciating yourself and valuing yourself. That's super important to us. Spend time this week, if you don't already know, what's your purpose? And what's your assignment that you're on right now? Because when you know this is an assignment and where you are meant to be right now, you treat it differently, you behave differently. So we'd be interested in hearing. Join us in our private Facebook group. We want to hear, chime in, chat with us, let us know, keep us updated, okay? Because we want to know what's going on, what's your purpose and your assignment. We thank you, we appreciate you. We love you. I have grading to do now because, as I said, my assignment right now is educator. Thank you all so much. And remember, as always, together we can rise and thrive. Till next time.
filled with peace.